So we're in a drought here in Utah. A lot of people are talking about the use of clover in a lawn as an overseed. As a way of dealing with the drought. But as I've talked to people about this, a lot of them are worried about the clover taking over the lawn, taking over other parts of the garden. And so I started thinking, well, what could we use that might not be able to take over, but would be able to affix nitrogen? And I came up with a crazy idea. I can't seem to find anyone who has tried this before. I have talked to my, forgive me, I live on a pretty busy street. Like I was saying, busy street. I have talked to my extension specialist, who actually is helping me out with my particular experiment. So what I'm going to do here in my lawn, just to see how it works, is I'm going to plant a very typical, oft-used cover crop in the agricultural world, field peas. They're part of the same family as clover, and so they do affix nitrogen in the same way. So they may be beneficial, but they're not hardy in my zone here in Ogden, Utah. So that would mean that they're not capable of taking over. They're gonna die back. Now, if this works, it may be something that I may offer as a service, but certainly not the way that you're gonna watch me do it today. Today I'm gonna try two things. One, I'm gonna try taking just a screwdriver, punching it through, and then setting the seed down there. See, the key thing to seeding these in, I can't overseed them the way I would with clover because they're too big. And with their size being so big, they've got to make sure that they're in the soil about 3 times the depth Remind me not to do videos in my front yard very often. Wow. About 3 times the depth of their width, which means they've got to get past the thatch to be able to work. So I'm thinking maybe I could use a toe behind cedar as a way of doing it. So I'm first going to try penetrating the thatch using this. I can already try just pulling in there. That might not work. My other thought was a drill. This idea came to me from the way that I plant bulbs sometimes. And, so I could just drill about that deep. And then, yeah, if I can find the hole, I can pop them in. I'm doing it today because tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and that's kind of perfect conditions. I'm going to be approximately putting these in about every 12 inches or so. And we'll see what happens through the summer, see whether or not this is able to take, whether it can handle driving on it, walking on it, mowing it, all of those kinds of things. So this could be rather interesting, but it may be completely stupid. We'll just see. But it's certainly going to be fun. All right, I don't know exactly where that stopped. Apparently it did stop, but so far I've done 3 different ways of seeding these out, and I'm gonna try one other one. So along this area, my aerator hadn't gotten in very deep, basically because of this tight corner. So I was drilling the holes, but then as I got closer over there, I noticed that there were aeration holes. So I was setting in the aeration holes all along there and all down that section over there. And then right here out front, I was pulling the thatch back with my fingertip, setting it in, kind of pushing it into the dirt and then pulling the thatch back over. But I also want to try just simply spreading them out as if it was with a broadcast spreader, and just kind of see how that works. So I'm going to do that along this area right here, and that way we'll have, you know, a few different comparisons. I'll roughly know where they're at, and we'll be able to kind of see how they go. So I'm just going to spread them out just like this, and just see what happens doing that. So that's it. My goodness, the cars. My baggie's empty. I want to make 2 shout outs. One is to my wife. I mean, she let me do this. Like, is that awesome or what? So thank you so much, babe. I really appreciate you letting me do this. The other one is to my extension horticulturalist. I didn't forget her name. I was waiting for cars again. Helen Muntz is the Weber County horticulture extension rep, and I really appreciate her, like, I don't know, listening to my crazy ideas and giving me some feedback on it. And then she also supplied me with these seeds. Helen, I promise I'm gonna get you more seeds, okay? I just didn't have them. I wanted to do it now, early enough in the spring that it actually could potentially work. We'll just see what happens. Hopefully tomorrow it'll rain. Regardless whether it rains or doesn't rain, I will be kind of putting out some of my my fish wastewater on this area of the lawn. So we're gonna get these things to sprout one way or the other. But yeah, check back. We'll see how this looks. It may look awesome. It may look hideous. It may work. It may not work. I really don't know what's going to happen. But it's worth trying, because if it works, those who are not willing to put in clover may be willing to do this. And that would be awesome if we could reduce the amount of grass, reduce the amount of fertilizers, and reduce the amount of water used. That would be epic. So hopefully it looks decent. Anyway, we'll see. Thanks so much for watching. This is ShanShui.Gardens. I'm Dennis Deuce, enabling. No way I'm going to do my like little slogan over the top of the car. We got another one coming, so really quick. Enabling biodiversity, selling abundance. Thanks for watching.